They're in the gate, and they're off in the Kelso. And Call Me Harry sprints out of the gate. Talk of the Nation is right up alongside. Carl Spackler will settle just behind the top pair, and Northern Invader will do his best running later on. Into the first turn, and it's Call Me Harry, who has now conceded the lead to Talk of the Nation. Talk of the Nation goes on with it. Call Me Harry is in second. Carl Spackler inches up, now takes the second spot. Gap of 3 back to Northern Invader. The opening quarter went in 24 and 2/5 seconds. Talk of the Nation, Carl Spackler within a length as they run down the backstretch. Now it's back up to 2 for Talk of the Nation and Arad Ortiz Jr. Carl Spackler comes right back at him once again. 2 more lengths to Call Me Harry, and Northern Invader has trailed throughout. He has 6 lengths to make up with less than a half mile to go. The half went in 48 and 4/5 seconds. The 2 favorites dominating up top, Talk of the Nation, Carl Spackler. Now Northern Invader gets his cue on the outside of Call Me Harry, as Northern Invader is within 3 lengths of the pacemaker, Talk of the Nation. Now Carl Spackler starts to turn up the pressure with a 1/4 mile to go. Northern Invader is third, top of the lane. Talk of the Nation, Carl Spackler, head and head with a furlong left to go. Talk of the Nation, Carl Spackler with that big white face, puts it in front. And on the inside, Talk of the Nation is battling bravely. Carl Spackler, Talk of the Nation. Carl Spackler's just a little too good, and he wins the Kelso. Talk of the Nation, game in defeat. Northern Invader finished third.
Agora sim, vamos à atenção, foi dada a partida para o Spackler Stakes, versão 2024, vai tomar a ponta o brasileiro Ice Chocolate 4 da Manta, primeira passagem do espelho, ponteira Ice Chocolate. Talk of the Nation correndo em segundo, Kelso Creed vai sendo alcançado pelo Mysterious Knight, que passou para terceiro. E o Carl Spackler para quarto, Kelso Creed se atrasou para quinto, Lucas Core corre em sexto, vai avançando Kubrick em sexto, ritmo Lucas Core. Na ponta esse Chocolate com José Ortiz no dorso, vão pegar na reta oposta, esse Chocolate tem a ponta, Talk of the Nation com idade, Ortiz Jr. corre em segundo, Mysterious Knight, com William Buick correndo em terceiro, Carl Spackler, o alazão lá por fora, pescoço com Tyler Gaffariani correndo em quarto, Kelso Creed, 2 corpos, com Luiz Sá, 2 na manta, corre em quinto, Kubrick com Flavian Platt, meia dúzia em sexta, 2 e 3, o 8, Lucas Corre com Joel Rosário na última colocação. Brasileiro ponteiro, na ponta esse Chocolate, mantendo o correnteiro, Talk of the Nation correndo em segundo, em terceiro vai correndo o competidor, que é o cavalo por dentro, Mysterious Knight, vai ser alcançado pelo Carl Spackler, depois em quinto, Kelso Creed, ao contornar a curva de chegada, penúltimo Kubrick, último longe, Lucas Corre, contorna a curva de chegada e entra pela reta final por dentro da interna, esse Chocolate tem a ponta, avança para fora, completo, Talk of the Nation, toca o Julinho, sacou a cabeça, esse Chocolate corre, vai voltando brasileiro por dentro, esse Chocolate vai voltando por dentro, na ponta esse Chocolate tem cabeça, tenta voltar por fora, o Take of the Nation avançando, Mysterious Knight com grande ação por fora, e na ponta esse Chocolate, mantém o curva inteiro, avança Mysterious Knight, vai tomar a segunda, esse Chocolate levou o cruzão à faixa, levou o brasileiro, esse Chocolate atropelando forte, formando a dupla por fora, Mysterious Knight, Talk of the Nation, Kelso Creed.
Here in the gate. And they're off. Off to an even start. Carl Spackler, Talk of the Nation, Churchtown toward the inside. Harlan Estate is there, and Stitched from the far outside comes on too. Into the clubhouse turn they go, and Talk of the Nation emerges with the lead. Angles over toward the inside and leads the way, lengthened to half. Stitched comes on to be second. Churchtown is racing third. Harlan Estate is fourth. Carl Spackler 3 wide fifth. Smoke and Tea under a hammerlock. Down inside sixth and very tight and still tight heading to the backstretch run. A break of 3 lengths back to a Credit who comes away seventh. Ice Chocolat is eighth. Tiverton second to last in ninth, and the trailer is Skyro. The leader is Talk of the Nation after an opening quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds. There's 4 furlongs to go, and they head for the far turn after a half in 48 seconds flat. So it is Talk of the Nation heading for the far turn, stitched right there second. Churchtown down inside within range, while third as Carl Spackler starts to make progress on the far outside. Now third for Carl Spackler. Smoke and Tease come off the rail and is right there in behind the leaders. Credit is coming with a wide move as well. Harlan Estate needs to find a way through. Ice Chocolat cuts the corner off the turn. They're at the top of the stretch. Talk of the Nation's in front. Carl Spackler coming on strongly. Farther back, Smoke and Tea. Churchtown down toward the rail. 1 furlong to go. Talk of the Nation emboldened by the challenge of Carl Spackler and is digging in. Talk of the Nation and Carl Spackler head and head down to the wire. Carl Spackler grabs the upper hand late. Talk of the Nation fights back. Carl Spackler, a hard-fought winner there. Talk of the Nation battled to the wire. Farther back, Smoke and Tea, Skyro, or Churchtown.
And they're off in the Saranac. Fast start for Taking Candy. Carl Spackler flashing good early speed, but the pace could not be more moderate in this opening furlong. 2.5 more back to Lost Ark as they speed up a little now. Then it's Yakolev, and Mendelssohn's March is at the back of the field. So they take off into the first turn, and it's Taking Candy and Carl Spackler. Taking Candy, Carl Spackler will just track now, 1.5 lengths back through a quarter that went in 23 1/5 seconds. A gap of 5 back to Lost Ark, who's in third. Mendelssohn's March is next, and Yakolev trails. They straighten up for the run down the backstretch. It's Taking Candy and Jose Lezcano leading by a 1/2 length. Heavily favored Carl Spackler is right there under a tight hold second. Now it's just 3 to Mendelssohn's March in third. Yakolev is going to make an early move along the inside, takes that third spot. Lost Ark right next to him, the half in 48 2. Taking Candy by a length. Carl Spackler second. Then Yakolev on the inside, a joint third. On the outside comes Mendelssohn's March. Lost Ark hard ridden in between those two. They're coming toward the quarter pole. Taking Candy, Carl Spackler just a head away second. 3 more to Mendelssohn's March in third. They're at the top of the stretch, and Taking Candy running a good race. Carl Spackler set down and up alongside to take the lead. They're head and head, however, and now Carl Spackler goes by. Carl Spackler has a beautiful motion about him, and he opens up through the lane. So much promise. The future is bright for Carl Spackler, who just cruised around there in the Saranac. Taking Candy held second, then Lost Ark and Mendelssohn.